Hey everybody, I decided to move outside. It's so nice. Well, here in the Northeast, we're kind of having a little bit of a heat wave, but I figured I would get outside to talk to you about what happens when you're in your 40s or 50s or maybe even your 60s and you get laid off your job. You lose your job, whatever reason. Pink slip, downsized, laid off. Maybe you worked there for 10 years, 15, 20 years, 25 years. I heard a story the other day. Guy who worked for 23, 24 years, the same company, got laid off, didn't expect it, didn't have a plan B. I didn't have a plan B. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect to kind of lose my career, which was kind of a slow moving thing because I was really working as a consultant, and then I also worked for different companies, but it was kind of a slow moving thing where like I hit my 50s and that was it. I hit my 50s and it became much harder for me to get work, and to the point that I basically used up my savings and then found myself like when I was in my late 50s, having to take jobs that just sucked. I had to take some jobs that were just terrible. And when I was like, I guess right around the pandemic, because I was about in my late 50s then, and I had to take some terrible jobs, some terrible jobs. Looking back on it, I'm just getting set up out here outside. Hang on. I'm gonna move this table a little bit. Oh, there, I'm moving that. I gotta get better set up out here. But basically, I found myself in my 50s and I'm just had my shades on because I had eye surgery on at Yale University Hospital 2 days ago. Just some eye surgery on my eyes, and I have to be careful. So I'm not really. Anyway, so I figured, hey, what's going on? How you doing? I basically um, I basically came on to talk about how you can build income online, and that's because I found this whole system 2 years ago. So yeah, I just had eyelid. I had some eyelid things, just age stuff. Hey, how's it going? I'm here in the Connecticut coastline area. I'm right between New York and Boston, right outside of New Haven, Connecticut. So I went to Yale University Hospital just to get a little eyelid surgery done. I'm so fat you can't even see my eyelids, but anyway, that's what happens, when I was an athlete and then I got bigger and bigger, and then I stopped smoking, gained some weight, and then anyway, whatever. I could do Ozempic or Wegovy or whatever. I'm not going to ruin my organs. That stuff is there are going to be so many people losing their kidneys over that stuff. I mean, it's bad news. I don't want to get into it, but yeah. So of course, I'm a New Yorker, born 12 miles from Yankee Stadium, grew up there, and right outside New York City, little piece of New York State that's between the Bronx, east border of the Bronx, and then Connecticut. There's a little sliver of New York State that's called Lower Westchester County. I didn't lose a kidney. My kidneys are in good shape. I was just saying, I think people that are taking Wegovy and these other weight loss drugs, I think they're going to find out the hard way that that stuff is not good. There's long lasting impacts on that stuff. I would not be taking that. I know somebody who was taking it, and I was with her for about 2 months in Vegas, and I just watched her disintegrate. No, just kidding. Um, anyway, yeah, no. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so the Knicks, was that incredible last night? I don't think anybody here saw it. Probably if anybody see the Knicks game last night, greatest comeback ever in NBA Finals history. I mean, they were down 29 points, I think, in the second quarter, and they somehow came back and then they won. You're in Vegas, really? Okay. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in Vegas. Up until about a year ago, I was spending a lot of time. For about 2 years, I was spending a lot of time out in Vegas. I would go out there for like a month or two at a time. But I don't go out there anymore that much. I will be going out there in November, though. First week of November every year I go for it's called the SEMA show, SEMA, Specialty Equipment Marketing Association. It's all about automotive. So you stayed in New York, yeah? No, I'm from New York. So I mean, I live outside New York. I've always lived outside New York my whole life. I did live in Manhattan for 3 years when I went to college at New York University, getting my degree in history. I did live in what's called Alphabet City. I lived right on Avenue A in St. Mark's, which is 8th Street. I also lived on East 2nd Street, and I also lived on West 11th Street. But I lived there for 3 years when I went to school there. Hey, what's going on? So, yeah, I mean, it's great weather right now. The summer's coming. You know, it's a little hot, it's going to rain today a little bit, but I wanted to come on live because I usually come on around noon or 1 lately. I've been trying to be more consistent about it. But I'm in a program where our practice is 2 hours a day. We practice certain tasks 2 hours a day, every day. And then we have digital products that we can sell, and we have our own businesses. So I have my own website, and I'm part of a big group of 60,000 plus people worldwide, globally. And then other people, if you're interested, you can go to my bio. If you're interested in finding out about this, I can give you the information. And then if you decide to, it's all free information in my bio. It's all free information. Get a free digital guide in there. It's called the Freedom Blueprint. It's totally free. Go there, sign up, put your email in, hit submit. It's right up here. Damon's Daily Pay. DamonsDailyPay.com. DAMONS. My name is Damon. DamonsDailyPay.com. DAMONS. Daily. DAILYPAY.com. Daily Pay. Damon's Daily Pay. Go there. You go there. There's a free digital guide if you want to get it. Because I know that when I got into my 50s, no, it's not too bad. Just isn't that at all. Yeah, I mean, I love it how people throw out terms. They don't even know what they mean. People throw them out. They come on lives and they hijack a live. They try to hijack the live. They throw out a term they don't even understand. I can tell you what it's not. It's not an MLM. You know why? Because MLM is multi-level marketing, and it means you're paying people above you and you're paying people below you. We keep all of our money. When I sell a 900 program, which is the #1 seller, I keep 900. When I sell a 300 program, which is the way I started, I keep 300. Hey, how you doing? When we sell a program, the system to somebody, we're helping them save their lives. This is a life-saving system of how to make money online. It literally is an education. It's a lifelong education. When you go into digital products and digital marketing and you start learning about it like I did 2 years ago because I wasn't afraid. Most men are afraid to do this because they're afraid of failure. Most men are afraid to even start something because they're afraid of failing. Well, guess what? If you never start, you're automatically failing, right? If you never start something, if you never try to do something, you're gonna fail automatically because you never tried. I mean, right? If you tried to do something, you were at least trying to do it. And yes, there's always risk involved in anything. There's risk in me going down to the beach today and going swimming. There's risk involved in anything. I'm talking about digital products and digital marketing and how anybody around the world with a phone 2 hours a day and a coachable attitude and a Wi-Fi can make 900, 1,000, 2,000 a day, whatever they want. It's up to, they have to work at it. They have to put in the time. You got to plug in 2 hours a day. If you can't do that, you won't be successful. If you can consistently put in 2 hours a day into our system, our program, hey, you're from Cuba. Hey, I don't even know if we've got anybody from Cuba in our program. If you got it, you don't know English. Well, we have a Spanish language system that we just added, but I don't have it yet. But I'm gonna have it soon. But right now it's in English, but we are offering in Spanish. But we got 61,000, almost 61,000 people around the world doing this. You would like to learn English. How are you? Well, you must be using some kind of translator. If you don't know English and you're already talking to me on here, I don't get that. But anyway, it's okay. It's okay. You're in Cuba. I don't know. They send me all these different people all over the world. I had somebody from Tanzania the other day. I had someone from Thailand join in my mailing list. The other day I had somebody from Ethiopia That's great. Anybody around the world can do this. We got almost as many people around the world doing this now as we do in the United States. We've got about 35,000 people in the US, and we've got people all over the world doing this. Yeah, you know what? I just don't believe you. I think you're a kid, and I'm gonna send you goodbye. Take it easy, buddy. Take it easy. Anyway, I get kids that come on in here and they try to mess with my live. And the bottom line is, if you want to ask a question or make a comment, if it's off topic, meaning if it's not about digital marketing, digital products, how to make income online, and if how you maybe need to make money because you're retired, you don't have enough money, you're a mom of some kids, you don't have enough money coming in, the answer is not more hours. The answer is not another job, another shitty job. The answer is to start your digital journey, your digital marketing, digital education, your journey in learning about digital products, okay? So that's it. And so 86,000 seconds. Yeah, I mean, the bottom line is if you want to come onto my live and start making comments that have nothing to do with what I'm talking about, I'm just gonna remove you. I'm just gonna block you instantly. I have no patience for that. Okay, I'm the dad of 3 grown adults. Okay, I raised kids already. All right, I did everything. I changed their diapers. I took them to all their sporting events. I was dedicated dad. I did everything, okay? One of my kids, I would drive 8 hours each way to go watch her play a lacrosse game in college. Okay, that's called being a dedicated parent, okay? So listen, I've done all that. I don't need to have kids in my life, all right? Anybody makes any comments on here, they're automatically going out. They're automatically, if it's an off-topic comment, if it's not about digital marketing, listen, people want to learn about digital marketing. People want to learn about digital products. You know what the greatest thing about digital product is? All right, this is a physical product, right? These are glasses. I bought these at a store. This is a physical product. Now, if I was selling a physical product, I'd have to mail it to you. I'd have to look and make sure I had enough inventory in my storage area to meet all the demand of the digital products, like on TikTok Shop or something. Those are physical products. They require inventory. They require you having money tied up in inventory. They require you to spend money on shipping. One of the great things about digital products is digital products can go just in an email. Digital product is usually a PDF, or it's access to a platform. It's login codes. Like if someone joins our system, our program, our incredible community of 60,000 people worldwide, if you're interested in joining that today, you can go to my profile and you can go to my website, Damon's Daily Pay. My name is Damon, D-A-M-O-N. So it's damonsdailypay.com. D-A-M-O-N-S, daily, D-A-I-L-Y, pay, P-A-Y.com. The goal of everybody in our community, all 60,000 plus people, is to get daily pay every day from selling digital products that we have master resale rights to sell. Master resale rights, MRR, means that we have invested, we have bought the rights, we have paid for the rights to resell these products that are proven around the world. We have a woman who started this 3 years ago, a grandmother in Kansas. She's a very pretty grandmother, prettiest grandmother I've ever seen. And she started this program 3 years ago. And she has made, I don't know, she's got about 60,000+ people. She's made about $12 million herself with it. She's trying to get 1,000 millionaires in her community. We already have 135 six-figure earners or something like that, 150 six-figure earners. I don't know how many. People make anywhere from like 2,000 to 30,000 a month doing this all over the world. I mean, some people, because they never plug in. Hey, thanks. Some people never do well with it because they never apply themselves, they never plug in. They're never consistent, so they don't do well. If you start doing this and you plug into the system 2 hours a day, which is what the training is, 2 hours a day, like I've been doing for 2 years now. I started when I was 60. I didn't know anything about this. I wasn't on social media. I had no social media. I was never on TikTok a day in my life. Thank you for the love. I was never in TikTok a day in my life. Hey, how's it going? I was never on this platform ever. I might have watched a few videos, but I didn't have a channel. Are you kidding me? I stayed the hell away from social media. I wanted nothing to do with social media. I started doing this 2 years ago. My kids are laughing at me. You know, Daddy's on TikTok. Daddy's on TikTok. Look, Daddy's on TikTok. Look, he has a selfie stick. Look, oh, don't bring your selfie stick over here. Don't do it. It's so funny. They get so terrified. I bring out my selfie stick or my tripod. Now I have lights and everything. I mean, I didn't know about any of this stuff. Okay, this great community of people. It's the greatest thing ever. Thank you for the love. I'm sure someone in the community is watching right now. I don't know, but it seems like someone in my community is probably, because I think I have a bunch of people that are subscribed to my channel that in the beginning I needed to get subscribers, and in the community that people support you. And I was like, hey, here's my YouTube, and you do follow trains, and people, you know, to go, because to go live, you need 50 subscribers on YouTube to go live. I think it's 50. Anyway, so we all help each other out in the beginning of getting our channel started and stuff like that. So the whole thing with this is to be consistent. I mean, like every day, you don't have to go live every day, but the more, if you're consistent with going live on whatever platform, you can pick any platform you want. But if you're consistent, the way the algorithm works is that the more consistent you are on any of the platforms, the more people that they will send you during your live, and the more success you have. You're better at it, right? You do anything, like you try anything and you try it when you first tried. Remember, like when you first tried to go swimming, I know when I was a little kid, I was learning how to swim. I was out there, I was doggy paddling. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, right? It's the same thing. Just like it's riding a bike, anything you need to learn, right? It's the same idea. You start, do a little bit at a time. You do a little bit at a time. In our program, you're supposed to actually start producing content before you really even know what you're doing, because that's how you learn. That's how you learn all this stuff. I didn't know any of this stuff about, like, I need to have this stable I need to have a good background. I need to have a stable place for my camera, which is my phone. I need to have, you know, it's better if you can have the same background every time, because then people get used to seeing your background. Like today, I just totally changed it because I used to always come outside, okay? And then I stopped going outside because it was the wintertime. And in Connecticut, in the wintertime, it's cold. In Connecticut, it's snow. This past winter, we had a ton of snow. It was great. But I love the change of seasons. I love the Northeast of the United States. It's my home. It's where I grew up. I grew up here in Connecticut now. I've been living in Connecticut since I was about 30 years old. I moved to Connecticut. Exactly. When I was 30 years old, I bought my first house in Connecticut, started my family. We didn't have any kids yet. When I was 30, was I 33? I was 33 when I had my first kid. 33 had my first kid, then I was 34 for my next kid, and then I was 36 for my next kid. So I have 3 kids. 3 kids in 3 years, and that's the best thing I ever did, I gotta tell you. I mean, having kids and raising kids, best part of I can't imagine my life without having my kids. And my life would be so boring. I can't even imagine it. Sorry if you don't have any kids and you don't want kids, but I love having my kids and raising my kids, and I can't wait to see 2 of my kids on Father's Day weekend. I'm going to go down to New York, going to go see some Yankee games with my kids. It's going to be great. So, you know, if I put my glasses on, it's not because I'm being a jerk or anything like this. It's because I had this eye surgery, and my eyes are a little sensitive still. Like I hadn't driven in 2 days, and I just was driving, and my eyes really started to water and stuff like that. So they're just not really ready. Like the surgery was not on my eyeballs. It was, it was on my eyelids. So it was, but I went to Yale, so I felt very good about it, because Yale is obviously like the best doctors in probably maybe the entire United States. I mean, Yale Hospital and then New York University Hospital. Those 2 hospitals are like the 2 best hospitals in the East Coast of the United States. I would say, other than Johns Hopkins. So you had Johns Hopkins in Baltimore, then you've got New York University Hospital in New York City, Manhattan, and then you've got, well, Columbia Presbyterian is really good too in Manhattan, and then you've got Yale University. I think those are probably the top hospitals, period, in the Northeast anyway. And I had to go to Yale, which is only like 30 miles from where I live, to get the eye surgery I had done 2 days ago. So I was really thankful I could get that done pretty easily. And because I have my own business online, I didn't have to take any time off. my business just keeps running. And I was thinking about it the whole time, like what this whole week I'm really not, other than going live, I'm not really doing any work. Hey, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? I'm not really doing any work other than coming on here. And that's really all I have to do is 2 hours of work a day. My business 95% automated. So if somebody wants to go and get my link, go sign up. It's for 18 plus. It's for adults, okay? It's not for kids. This is for, you have to have a real business. You have to get, an LLC eventually, because you got to pay taxes on whatever you make, okay? But it's your own business. And that's why it's 18 plus, because in the US, I don't know of any states in the United States where you can have your own business under the age of 18. So for legal reasons, tax reasons, you got to be 18 plus to have this business. There are very few younger people doing it. Any younger people that do it are going to be in very good shape because, they already know all this stuff, okay? I started on TikTok. I didn't know anything about TikTok 2 years ago. I have a channel there now. Because of the way TikTok has gone, I don't really use that anymore. I just have my videos that got some videos that did a little bit of viral, and those I just reset those like every few days. I just put them in my story or whatever. But TikTok has really gone downhill. It's really too bad what's happened there. I don't really want to use it anymore. I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. But right now, I'm more focused on this platform. Anyway, everyone can do whatever they want. Instagram is good too, right? Facebook is good for some people. I don't really like Facebook. I want to focus on this platform and then Instagram. This platform and Instagram. That's for me, I think, going to be the best. And everybody has to figure out in our community what works for them better. Most people start with TikTok. Most people in our community start with TikTok, and then they might go over here. They might be using both TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Those are basically the four that people use. But basically what you do is you want to share this with people. You share your story. Like my story is, I was in my 50s and I always made pretty good money. And then I kind of hit a wall between my personal life, my kids all growing up, and then just got into my 50s. I did not have a plan B for income. So when my main income kind of went sideways because I wanted to be a field rep, but they don't want field reps, past the age of 53 years old. They do not want anybody selling in the field in the media business past the age of 53 years old. They just don't want that because everybody in the business is like in their mid-20s to mid-30s. Those are the people that are doing all the business, mid-20s to mid-30s. And once you get past that, they really don't want you doing that because you're like their dad, It's like I'd be calling on people like younger than my kids now, basically. So it's like, you kind of age out. And I knew some guys early on in my career as a media buyer. I knew some guys when they got to their 50s that they had a plan. They were going to go teach. They had a job lined up teaching or something. I didn't have a plan because I didn't want to be a teacher. I never wanted to be a teacher. I should teach history probably because I love history, and I can go on and on about stuff with history, but I didn't want to do that. And so I didn't have a plan B. I ended up with no money. I had no money. I was going broke. I had some savings. I got divorced first, which basically wiped me out. And then I was like, well, I can rebuild it, but the fact was that I really couldn't get the jobs to do that anymore. I couldn't, those jobs, they weren't going to hire a guy in their 50s to go out for the big jobs anymore. That was that ship had sailed. Those are guys like in their mid 30s, early 30s to late 30s getting those big jobs to go out and be like the big, sales guy and all that. Those are people in their, mid 30s to mid 40s. And I was now in my mid 50s. So it was like the ship had kind of sailed and I was looking for ways to make money. And I really couldn't find that many ways to make money. And then 2 years ago, I found this incredible program where I was pretty much broke and I was looking for something just like this. And I couldn't believe I even found it. I could use my phone. I can work from anywhere in the world, 2 hours a day. And that's all I need. And you just need a coachable attitude and you need to have the desire to change your financial circumstances. And I had that desire. So I took a chance. I did the 300 program. I did it on a payment plan. And all of them you can do on a payment plan, 900, 600, 300. You could even do the 100. There's 4 ways into our program. 100, you can do it on a payment plan. 300, 600, 900. If you go to my page, DamonsDailyPay.com, You drop your email in there. You get the Freedom Blueprint, okay? And that teaches you in a little PDF booklet. It's like a digital product or like an ebook. That teaches you how to do the basics of attraction marketing, okay? And you could use any digital product. You could already have created a digital product. You might have an ebook already. If you do, you probably already know how to do that. But you simply make videos on this platform, on another platform, and you just direct people to your link, like to your, where you have a link tree or you have Stand Store or Beacons. You direct people to that link, and then you say, here are my digital products, and then people go there. They like what you're talking about. They're interested in your digital product. They hit your link, and they go in your videos or your live, and they go and they check out your digital products, and they might buy from you. If you've got an ebook, it's 27 bucks or 15 bucks or whatever it is, people might buy that because that's like a cup of coffee, right? 27 bucks is nothing anymore for anybody. That's just play money, right? But what we do in our community is we have master resale rights. So these are products that have already been developed. We get a whole website. You start in business with us, you have your own business. It's your business. It's not my business. I'm not getting anything from you. There's no upstream and downstream. There's no Ponzi scheme. There's no pyramid scheme. That's all nonsense. I don't get anything from you. When you have your business in our community, every single person is their own solopreneur. Every single person has their own business. We keep all the money. If today, like right now, someone could be purchasing my 300, my whole system is automated. I can go to the beach right now all day. Doesn't matter. My whole system is automated. You want to go to get my link and buy from me? It's all automated. I don't have anything. Right now, someone from Philippines could be right now on my site buying from me. I don't know because I'm on here. I'll get a little alert. Hey, a 300 came in from Square, or a 900 from PayPal. I'll get like a little alert. So we get them in our community. You hear about all the time. People hear about middle of the night. They're at church. They're at the grocery store. They're at their kid's baseball game because we're only doing this 2 hours a day. And you do it however you want. You're your own boss. You want to do a half hour when you first wake up, do your email and stuff. That's what I usually do. Then maybe you go live like I'm doing now for maybe half an hour. Then later on, I might make a couple videos while I'm driving around. I made one this morning. I didn't put it up yet though. But people seem to like the videos I do when I'm driving. They like them. I don't know why. But my content is all about travel. And it's all about plan B, because when you get older, you got to figure out a plan B. And when you're younger, if you figure out the plan B and other streams of income that are not dependent on your job, and your job probably sucks because the only reason you have a job is because you're just over broke. And you're still poor because you're passing over opportunities repeatedly. J-O-B, just over broke. You ever wonder why when you ask for a raise, they give you just enough to keep you there? You never have enough to really feel good about what you're doing. Because they don't want you to. They want to keep you just on the hook. So you don't go start your own business. Don't you know that the United States, anyway, was built on small businesses, okay? And yes, our country has all kinds of problems. And yes, we have people that are poor that are going hungry that shouldn't be going hungry. We have homeless. We have all kinds of problems, all right? It's all because we're not a social democracy. Social democracy, like in Europe, those are socialism and democracy mixed together. Our country was always very against communism. Apparently, until we had this guy who loves Putin. I don't know why he loves Putin, because the Russians saved his ass. But I can't go into that stuff. No politics. This is a politics-free zone. Okay? I'm a Democrat though. I'm blue, right? Blue. I am an independent. I hate Trump. I hate Trump. Okay, let's get it out there. I hate Trump. I hate Trump. I should put this right across the top of my thing. I hate Trump. Because I do. I hate him. I've never hated a president before, but I hate this president. I hate what he's doing to our country. I hate what he's doing to the world, okay? And if you're a MAGA, you can take off. Because MAGA and I don't get along. I had 2 MAGA people in my life that I grew up with. They're both gone from my life. I don't deal with them, okay? They're in the cult. I don't deal with them, all right? I'm a Yankee fan, all right? And, yeah. Big time Yankee fan. I grew up 12 miles from Yankee Stadium, but I have no delusions with the Yankees. The Yankees suck. They're going to be terrible till Cashman's gone. They don't understand that they need 4 or 5 pitchers to win the World Series. All right? They're never going to, until they figure that out, which is like basics of baseball, they're just going to be in the toilet. They might make it they might win the division, they might make it to the playoffs, but they're not going to win the World Series. You got to have 5 starters to win the World Series. 5 starters. Got to have it. Anyway, I mean pitchers, 5 starting pitchers. And you got to have some good bats that are consistent and great defense. Anyway, so listen, if you want freedom, if you want time freedom like I have, I don't have to go be anywhere. I can go anywhere I want. I can literally, I got this pass from Frontier Airlines. I just bought it. I can literally go down. I can go from airport to airport. I can just go down the airport. I could wait for a flight. I could just pick wherever I want to go in the United States. I can go to, I have family and friends all over the country. I can go wherever I want. I can go to Denver. I can go to Florida. I can go to Wyoming. I can go to Seattle, Portland, San Diego, Vegas. I can go wherever I want because my time is my own. I have time freedom. That's what you get when you do this program that I'm part of. It's fantastic, okay? When you join our program, it's a system. It's a way of making money online with digital products, and we have different, we have income streams. So when you do the 900 program, the 900 program is our most popular, okay? You get the 900, the 600 product, the 300 product, and the 100 product. Those are 4 digital products, 4 revenue streams, and you have the master resale rights in our program to sell those for the rest of your life. There's no monthly fees at all. Even our hosting, the company gives you a website, and the hosting, usually when you have a website, you have to have it set up somewhere, you know, like it's on a platform. So you got to pay what's called hosting fees. We don't even have to pay hosting fees because it's all set up to have no monthly costs. The grandmother from Kansas who set it up didn't want people to have monthly fees. She wanted it to be set up to be like the perfect online business, and specifically that it's 2 hours a day. So if you're interested in getting started, you can go to my bio right here, go to DamonsDailyPay.com, go there, drop your email. You're going to get the Freedom Blueprint immediately into your inbox. Check all your inboxes, promotions, whatever, if you have Gmail. Check all your inboxes because it's in there and says, here's your blueprint. That's the first email you're going to get from me. And then as time goes on, you'll get some other emails, and you can unsubscribe anytime you want. And you're going to get, again, you can unsubscribe from the emails anytime you want. It's easy. We don't make it hard for you. There's one little button there. All these other things that you try to click on, all these different ways, things you got to do to unsubscribe. No, with us, you just hit the button, you're out. You know, we only want people that are interested. We don't chase people. We don't cold call people. I never call people on the phone and are like, hey, you want to buy this? No. We never cold call people. We never DM people. We never email people. The only time I'm going to email you is once you sign up. You're going to get emails from me asking you if you're interested. If you're interested, you're going to get invited to the webinars. We have like 2 webinars a month where the founder, the grandmother from Kansas, will host the webinar and will, if you have any questions at all, you can just raise your hand. You get in there in the Zoom. It's all free. It's on Zoom. You just hit the little button to raise the hand. You got to get in there early. I tell people all the time, like we had one yesterday, I tell people all the time, you got to log in like 5 minutes early. So as soon as that thing goes live on Zoom, as soon as you go live on Zoom, you got to be ready to raise your hand if you want to ask a question in the webinar. It could be any question as long as it's not rude, okay? It's got to be appropriate question about digital marketing, digital products, the program that we're in, you know, how do you get started? Whatever the questions are that you want to ask. The webinar usually is about an hour long. They're usually, sometimes they're in the middle of the day and sometimes they're at night. But we never know when they're going to be exactly. So, you know, we try to give people enough warning. But some people send the invites out for days. I don't like to do that. I really don't like to do that. I prefer to send out the invite just the morning of the webinar. The webinar is at 12 noon. I send it out a little bit in advance, and I send another one out like right before it starts in case people forgot. But I don't want to be one of these guys sending out like 4 or 5 emails about the webinar. I don't like to do that. You might hear some different birds here because where I am, it's very big for the migration of the birds. Just like that bird, that's not a normal, that's a bird that's in transit through here because where I am is a big birding. There's all these marshes and salt marshes, and I'm right by a big state park, and there are all these birds coming through all the time, and I don't know what that's not a bird from around here, that call. My family's very big into birding, all of my family members. See, that's not from around here. That's, I don't know what that is. See, I could get that call, record it. There's an app that you can get the call, you can record the sound of the bird, then you can put it in the app and it'll tell you what kind of bird it is. I should probably get that. But anyway, so if you're interested in digital marketing, if you're interested in the idea that you could have a business on your phone or your laptop or your tablet, that you could actually have a phone, you could actually make money from your phone online. It's real, it does work. There's a number of different ways. I know of about 28 ways right now I can make money on my phone online. Am I doing all those ways? No, I'm not. I'm not doing all those ways because I'm like a guy that I have to focus on one thing at a time. So, like when I eat my dinner, I always eat like one part of the food first, then I eat the other part. So, like when I do a platform, I really only am on one platform at a time. So I'm on this platform right now. I'm on YouTube. I'm building up my YouTube, so please subscribe. I would appreciate it. If you're interested in travel content, if you're interested in historical content sometimes, but mainly if you're interested in how you can build up your own business online where you're your own boss and you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to plug in, you don't have to show up at any location. All you gotta do is monitor your business. It's automated. Once you've been doing it for a while and you've made a bunch of videos, like a few hundred videos or a couple thousand videos, most people, if they're doing 3 a day, that's what we're trained to do in our program, 3 videos a day, that's 1,000 videos in a year, right? So 3 videos times 365, that's 1,000 videos in a year. Now, when you start doing the videos, they're all gonna stink. Everybody's videos stink in the beginning. Everybody's terrible. They're like ridiculous, okay? When you do your videos, it's just the way it is. And if you're not willing to do that, then you shouldn't do the videos. You don't have to do the videos. There's a whole training called faceless training where you just do like a picture and music and text. I don't really do those. I don't know why. I mean, they're really, some people have big success with those. I don't know. On this platform, I've only done video. On TikTok, they make it easier to do faceless, and their editing tool is a little bit different than this one. This one, they've been improving quite a bit, and over time, it's really been improving. The one here for short form and for lives. There's one thing on here that they don't have, and I don't know, maybe I just don't know how to do it, but the whole mirroring thing, I don't know how to do that or undo it on here. But anyway, my name is Damon. I've been doing this for over 2 years. My anniversary was end of May. So that was my 2-year anniversary. I finally made it to level 7 in our community, which you get points, like as you interact with the community, you get points and the points add up. So every time you post something or make a comment, you get a few points. And then over time, you can go to the different levels. Now, I saw a woman who in less than 90 days, or just about 90 days, she's made it to level 7. In 90 days in our community. She's like on fire, okay? It took me 2 years to get to level 7 because I'm not consistent. Like I'll go for several months with, I just zone out. Like, I don't know what it is, but every year from like in the holidays, from like November to January, I totally just, I don't know. I get like, I want to just go skiing and drink beer, and I like hibernate. I'm like a bear. I start to hibernate in the wintertime. So, I mean, it is cold here and there's a lot of snow and everything. And I like to do the firewood and be burning the wood. And I like to, ski and snowshoe. I do cross-country skiing, downhill skiing. I love all that. See, that's, so we have a lot of mockingbirds here. That's probably a mockingbird. See, it sounds like a cardinal, but I think it's a mockingbird. Not sure. Anyway, there's so many birds around here. But anyway, I'm going to go down to the state park and I'm going to lay out in the sun today. And I'm going to start going live from there. I was supposed to go live from the state park. And I'm going to go live every hour on the hour. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12, and I think 1. I'm going to do that 4 times today. So I'm going to jump off now. Okay, guys, take care. Listen, if you're interested at all in building your own income online, go up here, go to my bio, hit DamonsDailyPay.com, go there, drop your email, hit submit. You'll have immediately into your inbox. Here is your blueprint. Check all your inboxes, check promotions, but check it right away. You'll get the digital guide, free 6-figure blueprint. You'll get it right away. And then you'll get the information how to investigate this whole thing, how to check it out. You get all the different links. You can investigate it. You can see if it's for you. You can look at all the testimonials. You'll get invited to a webinar in the next week or two. Come to the webinar. Ask questions. Okay? You think it's a scam? You think it's bullshit? Come to the webinar. I hear all these people saying it's bullshit, but they don't come to the webinar. If I'm curious, I'm going to try to learn more about it. When I heard about this, I was like, if this is real, I got to get it. If I can make $300 because a stranger in UK or Argentina or Australia saw my content online and wanted to buy from me, from my little store, my little e-commerce business, are you kidding? That's fantastic. I jumped on it, and I didn't know if it was real or not, but I jumped on it. I heard her mom saying she's making $300, working 2 hours a day, and he was coming in her sleep, and she's keeping all the money. I heard that. I was like, how can I get started? What is this? I got to get it. When I heard that, I was like, I got to get started. I got to get it right away. I was like, if this thing is at all real, I got to get it. It was stuck in my head all weekend after I heard about it. I was like, I got to get started. I started on a payment plan. You could even do 100 on a payment plan. We got 4 levels: 100, 300, 600, 900. 900 is most popular. Okay? 900, you sell all 4 below. 600, you sell 600 and the 3 below. 600, 300, 100. 300, where I started, sold 300 and 100. You can upgrade any time to the higher level within 30 days. Pay no extra charge. No monthly fees. You don't pay me. You keep all the money. I just get paid once when you join. That's it. You keep all the money. You get your own worldwide website, your own 24/7, 365 international global business. Are you kidding me? For less than $1,000? It's a gift. It's a gift from God. All right, I'm going to go now. Bye.